I'm Eric, I film on my phone, and welcome to another video. Today, Spotify Wrapped arrived, and I am really ready to get into it. I'm really excited to see what I listened to this year. As you know, I started my YouTube channel during the second half of 2020, so some of that stuff might be there. However, there might be a lot that's from before then, especially because before I started making videos, I had a lot more time to listen to music, and I had listened to over 200 albums between April and May. So, it might be very skewed towards the front end in terms of how many minutes I listen to and what are my top songs and all that. But I'm uncertain and I'm really excited to find out. I am disappointed to find out that you cannot look at your Wrapped on a web browser or on your computer app. You have to do it on your phone, which is irritating because I film on my phone. And so, having that be the case means it's a struggle for me to show you what my full Wrapped looks like. So what I decided to do is I'm going to screen record the phone part and then probably voice over it and talk through it as we go along. And then I will return to my computer and we will look at our top songs of 2020, I think 100 of them, and really expose myself because it's been a wild year. There's a lot of music that I discovered. There's a lot of songs I was randomly into. So I feel like it's gonna be all over the place, but I'm really excited to find out. Anyways, let's transition into voiceover Eric and the phone stuff of Wrapped.
Okay, so you've reached voiceover Eric. So, we just saw Carly Rae Jepsen, Sheryl Crow, Dua Lipa, and Lady Gaga. Are any of them going to be on my Wrapped? Let's find out. The longest year ever may not be over yet, but your Wrapped is finally here. It has been a long year. That's for darn sure. Oh, shoot. 709. What is that in regards to? 709 new artists I discovered in 2020. That's what you get when you do Release Radar and New Music Friday all the time. It happens a lot. And I listened to 520 genres this year. Didn't know there was that many genres, honestly, to deal with. But what genres do they think I really like? Yeah, I'm a pop person. Most of these are pop. There's modern rock there, which is kind of interesting. But, I'm very much a pop kind of person. Or left to center pop kind of vibes. One song. Oh, yes. Excess. We have to stan Excess. Literally listen to that song. Rina Sawayama deserves way better. Yes. I listened to Excess for sure. I didn't listen to the album right when it came out. I didn't know it was there. So I started it with May 26th, and then 25th stream was October 25th, and for 25 total streams. Yeah, that sounds quite right. But, yep, there's going to be some other songs here. What we got? The one, oh my God, it's all folklore. That's actually really funny. That's going to be really funny to check out the top songs in a little bit. Yeah, I think you'll get a kick out of that. You can say some songs for yourself. That'll be good fun. I don't listen to podcasts ever. I listened to a few of the Jen and Julian first ones a while ago before they ended the podcast, just because it was easier to do that while doing other things. Okay, what am I pioneering? I listened to Bad Advice by Ingrid Andress. I think I mentioned her in my Grammy nominations video, but I got that before 50,000. Yep, that sounds right. And then, what decade did I play the most? Definitely the 2000s. I lived a lot of my life during then. So, yeah, definitely could see 2000s. Oh my God, If You Seek Amy by Britney Spears, an icon. I wonder where that's going to fall in top songs. Who was my top artist this year? Yeah, Taylor Swift. I picked that myself. I tapped that right myself. I knew that was going to be the case. Let's not act like we're surprised. Same thing, 4 years in a row now, I think. Yeah, we love her. And she dropped a new album, so that was, obviously going to happen. Oh, now we got our top 5 artists. Oh, Alanis Morissette got number 2, Britney, Ariana, and Halsey. Okay, yeah, sounds like a good girl group. Yeah, I definitely listen to female artists way more often than male artists. If you have any good male artist recommendations, I'm sure I could use them. Yeah, it seems like we're going to have these lovely thing happening here. Yeah. So that's basically my whole wrapped.
And now that I've been thoroughly called out by that, with first of all, how many minutes? That's a lot of minutes. Do the math equals a certain amount of days of listening. I don't really want to get into it. It's a lot. And then also, we knew that Taylor Swift was going to be my most played artist. We just know. And artists and genres, high amount. Like, I'm proud of Rena for getting Excess, but I'm so disappointed she didn't even make my like top 5 artists of the year. I mean, maybe that's just because of the amount of material for her. Like, I typically listen largely to artists like entire body of work rather than small amounts of songs. So, like, as you can see, like, we had 4 folklore ones just at the top. Like, wow, I didn't realize it was gonna be like that much of an attack, but it is. Anyway, let's get into my top songs. I'm gonna start at the top just because I know the top 5. And so I feel like the ones that are gonna be much more surprising are gonna be towards the bottom too. Okay, we are here. We have Excess, Legend. I love that song. Please listen to that song if you have not listened to it before. It is anti-capitalist. It is just so good. Like, it just sounds really good. It sounds like old school Britney mixed with like Evanescence. Perfect. Then we have the one, My Tears Ricochet, Cardigan, and Mirrorball. All there. Like, wow. Didn't expect it to go off that much, but all 4 of those deserve where they got. Yep, they deserve it. Yeah, that's how much I listen to that song. It is interesting though, because it said that I listened to Excess only 25 times, which is like many times to listen to a song. But like in the grand scheme of things, that's not really that much if every song that else that's on this playlist I haven't listened to that many times in this year. Like, that's kind of wild if you think about it. Number 6 is So Pure by Alanis Morissette. I discovered it on supposed former infatuation junkie. Have not stopped listening. It just feels so young, wild, free, just calming too, though. Like, it feels like we can do anything, but not in some crazy, we're gonna mess up things way. Track number 7 is Boss Fish. Yes. 2 minutes and 14 seconds of yes, I am that guy. And I'm not going to deny it. Next, we get into Close Your Eyes, which I did choreo for it, so it makes sense that I listened to it a decent amount. Then at number 9, we have This Is Me Trying. You know, it was just a later burn to get to that song, and it's probably one of my favorites from the album now. Track number 10 is Levitating by Dua Lipa. I'm surprised it took until number 10 for a Dua Lipa track to get in there. Like, I felt like I streamed the heck out of Future Nostalgia, but maybe not. At number 11, we have Midnight Sky. Fam, that came out in mid-August. I streamed the heck out of that song since then. And as you probably could tell from Plastic Hearts, still love that song. And there's going to be some other ones that probably make it their way well into 2021. Wait a Minute by Willow. Love that song. I rediscovered that song before it was like a thing on TikTok, and I just really vibe to it. It's such a nice chill song, and I really enjoy listening to it. I listened to it for most of the year, and you know, I don't listen to it, I guess, a ton, because I guess apparently I don't listen to that many songs like any more than 25 times. But like, ooh, like Wait a Minute like hits different every single time it comes on. Then we have The Last Great American Dynasty, another song that just like, ooh, it just grows and it's more infectious every single time, and I really like it. Then Water Parks, Watch What Happens Next, another song to just like vibe to, like angry rock vibe. We have to stand. Like, I thought I could almost even get Water Parks to that. amount, like the amount of like a top artist, and I think they could make it in the future. Track number 15 is Good as Hell by Lizzo. I didn't realize I listened to that much this year. Like, I felt like Lizzo was really much like a last year mood for me personally. Like, I still like really like her music. I just didn't realize that Good as Hell could get to number 15. Like, all these other songs that were mentioned before, I'm like, oh yeah, I can name like 5 different times I was listening to that song this year. And Good as Hell, I can't quite. 16 is Rain on Me. Probably my favorite song off of Chromatica. Like, just a lovely track. Like, if you want to get serotonin, get that serotonin, you know. 17 is Peace, you know, another track on Folklore that just deserves better. Like, why it has to be 15? I get that it feels better towards the end of the album, but I'm still like, everyone should just be listening to it, like, all the time, you know. 18 is Happy Not Knowing by Carly Rae Jepsen. Love this song. Definitely deserves better. I definitely listened to this a lot during like late March, April, May. Like, it was very much a spring tune. And I guess I really didn't listen to it much after that. It just didn't fit the same vibe. Like, I had an experience that was very relatable to it. So definitely was an earlier year song that I still really enjoy. 19 is Motivation by Normani. When is Normani dropping her album? Please drop that album. Please, please, please. Will love that. This is when we start getting into the playlist I made at the beginning of this semester to help wake me up with some tunes that just are so infectious and so catchy and so happy. I was like, let's bop with that, because that brings us into number 20, which is Focus by Ariana Grande. I love that song. I'm disappointed it didn't make it to an album, but you know, that means it's one of a kind, it's distinct, and we love it. 21 is Illicit Affairs by Taylor Swift. Another good track from Folklore. I don't really listen to it much. I listened to it a lot right when Folklore came out, like a lot more than even some of the other tracks. But then, like, it started to fade a little bit, and that's nothing against the song. Like, it's still a good song. I was just like, you know, mellowing a little bit. Track number 22 is Break My Heart by Dua Lipa. Love that. Still a bop. Still one of the standouts from the album. Oh, who am I kidding? Like, the entire album is like standout, you know? But like, that was one of my early standouts. I really liked it. I really liked the music video. Like, it was just so good. Everything was just so good from it. Like, yeah. 23 was Cold War by Janelle Monáe, and 24 was Learn to Let Go by Kesha. 2 songs I've loved for at least a couple years now, and they made it onto that Wake Up playlist, and so I started streaming that. 25 is Cruel Summer by Taylor Swift. I don't know, maybe I was listening to it a bit before Folklore more, because I was like, oh, it's a cruel summer that, you know, we're gonna still be stuck inside. And then it still like hits, like it's still a good song. And the he looks so pretty like a devil, or it's he looks up grinning like a devil. I don't remember which one it is, but like that part, Taylor can sing like that. Okay. Track number 26 is Physical by Dua Lipa. Oh my god, love that. I can't believe Break My Heart and Levitating both beat it, frankly, because like Physical I streamed a lot. Like, I really liked that song. I made a little choreography for it, and I really enjoyed it. 27 is You Should Be Sad, which honestly should be much higher. I feel like I really liked that song a lot. And same with 28, like Level of Concern by 21 Pilots. Another great song I listened to much earlier in the year, and still really good song. I definitely just probably overstreamed it at the time. 29 is New Romantic by Taylor Swift. Okay, that did make the Wake Up playlist. I was like, what? Like, I didn't realize that it had been there, but it is, and I do still like it. Track number 30 is Don't Start Now. I feel like I didn't listen to that much, like, because it came out in like, what, October or something of last year, and it's still not my favorite from the album. It's like one of my lesser favorites, probably my least favorite that I still like. And like, yeah, I kind of shocked about that. Just a little bit. Maybe just I streamed a lot of Dua Lipa. And Dua Lipa didn't make my top artist. That is also really interesting. I think some of the top artist stuff is like a little shifty, because I've gotten artists before that I listened to a few of their songs and only one of them made the top 100, but it was like my number 4 most streamed artist. Like, that doesn't really make that much sense. 31 is Be Kind by Marshmello featuring Halsey. Love that song. It's so good. It hit the right time too, so really like that. 32 is Enigma by Lady Gaga, another standout from Chromatica. Track number 33 is August by Taylor Swift. Another great track from Folklore, but like most of Folklore is gonna be on here. Like, I think we know that. 34 is Salt by Ava Max. I definitely did group to that during the spring, and then of course it came on her album. Also liked it when I heard it then, so that was, winning again. 35 is A World Alone by Lorde. Oh, I'm so glad that Lorde made it on here. Like, I definitely listened to A World Alone and White Teeth Teens like a lot during the spring, and so I feel like White Teeth Teens is gonna be pretty soon after this. And yeah, really was vibing a lot more to Pure Heroine this year. Like, I've always been a big melodrama stan, but I got into some of her earliest stuff, which I've heard all before, but like that hit different this year. 36 is Alice by Lady Gaga, another Chromatic track that was really good. 37 is Cornelia Street by Taylor Swift. Loved that. Like, I was feeling, the vibes of Cornelia Street, and I played it a decent amount. I wonder if the live one will also be here, because I definitely streamed that a lot, because I feel like my skin cleared up when I heard it. 38 is Wildfire by 5 Seconds of Summer. Do yourself a favor, listen to that song. It is so fun. Very, gets you in the mood for certain things as well. So, recommend for that. 39 is Heaven in Hiding by Halsey. I was getting a lot into Hopeless Fountain Kingdom actually this year. It was a good vibe, thoroughly enjoyed it. And then 40 was Stupid Love. I had this weird change where originally I didn't like the song, and then I've kind of been flip-flopping, I guess, but because of that, I was listening to it a decent amount to try to figure out if I liked it. And I think conclusively, it making it to number 40, I do like it. 41 is Jealous by Len and Stella. Listen to this song. You're better. You're better than some random guy. That's it. That's Jealous, and you should listen to it. It's a good song. It's pretty short. You'll like it. 42 is Ship to Wreck by Florence and the Machine. I didn't realize I listened to it that much this year, but it's a bop. It's kind of intersective. It's kind of wow, but it's a bop. 43 is Dance Again by Selena Gomez. A bop. Also made it to my wake up playlist, but I guess I listened to it less than some of the others. 44 is Love Again by Dua Lipa. Another one of my standout tracks from Future Nostalgia. Why was it not performed at Studio 2054, Dua? Please answer me. 45 is Bad Friend by Rina Sawayama. I'm kind of surprised it took until 45 for the second Rina track to hit. I expected half of Sawayama to be on here, but I guess I really stand Exodus a lot. Track number 46 is Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince. Kind of a surprise. I liked the song, but I didn't realize I listened to that much of it this year. Okay, Eric. 47 is No Judgment by Niall Horan. A bop. Heartbreak Weather was a bop. Let's be real, that whole album, really good. 48 is Hallucinate by Dua Lipa. Expected it to be here, very much so. 49 is 911. I thought this would be one of my top tracks, but I guess I just really started jamming to some of the others more than 911, which is a little bit, I guess, slower, but still a bop. And then 50, to round out the halfway point, is 20 in 2020 by me. So that's cool that made it on the list. I released that on January 1st. So it had this whole year to get there, and it got halfway, so proud of it. Now we can get into definitely some more album specifics. You'll see what albums I was streaming a lot this year. You'll see 51 is Making the Most of the Night by Carly Rae Jepsen from Emotion. Love that album entirely, love that song. It deserves its spot. I definitely even listen to it regularly a lot now, so probably more of a later song that I was listening to a lot. 52 is White Teeth Teens that I previewed before when I talked about World Alone. Deserves a spot. Pang by Carolyn Halshek. Oh my god. I love that entire album. It's so good. I need to listen to it much more than I do. But this is definitely my big standout from it is Pang. So good. 54 is False God. Dang, I streamed Lover like a few times this year. Like, oh, liked that. And 55, Boy Problems, also promotion, also an amazing song. Is anyone surprised? 56 is Maniac by Conan Gray. Oh my god, Conan Gray. Yes, please. Just love him as an artist. And Maniac is by far my favorite track from him. Love it so much. Oh, and then the next two are very exciting because they came out rather late in the game, but they made it. 57 is Bet You Wanna by Blackpink featuring Cardi B, which dropped in early October and somehow made it here. So I'm really proud of it, honestly. Like, go off. Go off, Blackpink. And then we follow it up with The Lakes by Taylor Swift, which I didn't listen to until like mid-September. So, like, I'm quite impressed that mid-September and early October still got tracks that made it here because I was streaming the heck out of them. 59 is Perfect Places by Lorde. A lovely song. Like a melodrama track has made it every single year since I've heard melodrama, or probably since melodrama came out. Like, it's so good, and I just always have something, and Perfect Places is a good stand-in for that. Track number 60 is Runaway With Me by Carly Rae Jepsen. Again, are we surprised that Emotion is on here? It's just such a good album. 61 is Hunger by Florence and the Machine, a song I loved a lot like 2 years ago, and I probably still liked a lot last year, and I got back into it again this year, put it on my wake up playlist. It's a bop. It just is. It's just fun. It makes me feel free. 62 is Good in Bed by Dua Lipa. Again, I didn't like this originally, but then I heard the club mix and I really didn't like that one, and so I listened to the original and then I got really into it and I was playing that a lot, and so it makes sense that it's here a lot. 63 is If You Seek Amy by Britney Spears, the legend. Oh, I got really into this song. 64 is Snakeskin by Rina Sawayama, another standout from her iconic Sawayama album that deserved a Grammy and deserved awards in her home country. But, you know, they're xenophobic, they're anti-Asian, like, whatever. Like, Rina deserves better. 65 is Chinese Satellite by Phoebe Bridgers, my favorite song from Punisher. Love that album, but really love this song, Chinese Satellite. 66 is Cool by Dua Lipa. Again, it's future nostalgia year. What can I say about it? 67 is The Archer by Taylor Swift. That was my number one last year. So I'm glad it still is around. Like, it deserves it. Typically, I feel like my music taste does like a rapid shift. Like, so every year pretty much, and that a lot of songs really don't make it from year to year. But I'm happy that it still made it. It's still part of the team. It's still here. 68 is Comme des Garçons, Like the Boys from Rina Sawayama's album. Yes, still love it. Still kind of surprised it took all the way till we got here. 69 is Black Heart by Carly Rae Jepsen. Thoroughly enjoy that song. Oh, it's just so chill, but it's still like that pop emotion. And 70 is Chasing the Sun by Sarah Bareilles, a song I just really love. It's a good listen. I definitely recommend it. 71 is Eyes Closed by Halsey. That's the other half of my Close Your Eyes dance choreography. You know, I put those two together. So it makes sense that they are still on this list. Didn't listen to it as often, but still a good time. 72 is Happiness by Little Mix. That's kind of surprising considering that that album didn't come out until November, and I think I heard it like once, maybe twice before then. So maybe the cutoff wasn't quite November 1st, because I distinctly don't remember listening to that until like mid-November ish. 73 is Emotion from Carly Rae Jepsen's Emotion. Another iconic album. As you can see, I listen to that album a lot. 74 is Teeth by 5 Seconds of Summer. Still another amazing song from their album Calm. And then 75 is Never Really Over by Katy Perry, which was close to the top last year as well. And now it's still here. Still love that song. Still a perfect song. 76 is Death by a Thousand Cuts. Makes sense. 77 is Over Yet by Hayley Williams. Petals for Armor is an iconic album. Please listen to it. Savage by Megan Thee Stallion is 78. Slide Away by Miley Cyrus is 79. And 80 is 3 a.m. by Halsey, which I feel like that deserved higher. But like the rest of those, I loved all of them. Slide Away and Death by a Thousand Cuts were definitely on last year's as well. And then Over Yet and Savage and 3 a.m. were all nice 2020 songs. 81 is Recess by Melanie Martinez. Love that song. It's so good. And then I also distinctly remember listening to that a bunch of times when Melanie Martinez's new EP came out. Still listened to that song as well. 82 is Worse Than Me by Julia Michaels. Very personally relatable song. 83 is Mother's Daughter by Miley Cyrus, as it should be. Still Learning by Halsey's 84. And 85 is I Love Me by Demi Lovato, which I do love I Love Me, but honestly, I kind of wish the Travis Barker like emo version was there, because oh my god, that's how you mix in a song and make it a lot better. 86 is Welcome to New York by Taylor Swift. This has been on my playlist for so long. Like, my top songs, I mean. Like, oh my god, it's been on it for at least 3 years now. And, like, doesn't get old. It will always find its way in there. It won't be the top, but it won't be, like, not there at all. Like, it's there all the time. Always waiting for me to play it because it's so good. 87 is Working and by Ash Nico, and love that song. I discovered it through TikTok, I'm not gonna lie, and really like it, so I'm gonna play it, you know. 88 is on the same lines, Better Have My Money by Rihanna. Classic. I actually discovered this song for the first time this year. I didn't know, like, I had heard the song existed, but I hadn't actually listened to the song until I was talking on a Zoom with friends, and we were like, what Rihanna song is each of us? And someone said this song for me, and I was like, okay, now I have to hear it, and it's an anthem. So yeah, I'll accept that nomination for what Rihanna song I am. 89 is Graveyard by Halsey, and 90 is Ring by Selena Gomez. None of those surprise me in the least. 91 is A Little Bit of Love by Kesha, a song that came out this year. Really like it. It's a fun one. 92 is Help Let Me Go by Dana Gonzalez. Did that really make it? It's a bop, okay? I know it was a comedy song, but it's still really good, and I can create a whole choreography for you, Danny, if you want it. 93 is Alanis' Interlude from Halsey's Manic album featuring Alanis Morissette. Love that interlude. Love wins. Love is equality. 94 is Invisible String by Taylor Swift. Didn't expect that to get here. I don't think I listened to it that much, really, at all. But probably because I just listened to Folklore a lot. So, yeah. Surprise, but I'm okay with it. And 95 is Simmer by Hayley Williams, another amazing song from Petals for Armor. And we're now going to round it out with the last 5. So we have Midnight Decisions by Sia at 96. That makes sense. Love Me For Me by Rina Sawayama at 97. Also makes sense. 7 by Taylor Swift at 98. Again, I felt like that floats in the boat of Invisible String. I didn't expect it to be there. It's probably just at the end of this, it's like, you know, perhaps. 99 is Dead Ends by Alana Frost. Love her as an artist. She's iconic, and she made it here, and she deserves it. Dead Ends is a great song. And then 100 is In the Next Life by Kim Petras from Turn Off the Light. which one is that? I don't recall which one that is from Turn Off the Light. Like, I would have figured it would have been like There Will Be Blood, or like another one that it's just not coming to my head right now. I'm sure I like the song, but it is a little surprising, but it is also number 100, so clearly not the most popular. There were 99 other songs I listened to more this year, so that makes sense. So anyway, that brings me to the end of my Wrapped for the year. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I thoroughly enjoyed it. There's some surprises. There's some snubs, if you will. Like, definitely some artists that deserved more. Definitely artists that I didn't think got that much, but they did. So, feel free to praise me or roast me down in the comments below and tell me what your Wrapped is. Did you listen to more music than I did this year? Did you listen to less? I think I listened to about 58,000 minutes. Let me know. Did you listen to way more music? I'm kind of disappointed that I'm in only the top 2% of Taylor Swift listeners. My friend sent me a screenshot saying she was in the top 0.5, and that makes me feel kind of inadequate. So I feel bad. But like, I was busy during the later end, and I listened to so much music. Like, my quantity of music listened to was so much that as a result, like, my top songs per se, like, are a little less probably, and that's okay. It happens. It just happens. If you like this video, please like it, comment down below what you'd like me to do next on my channel. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already and you'd like to be, and thanks for watching. This is TurtleStormer. Catch you later.
It's storming turtles from out of the sky. Turtles don't need to know why. Smile big, open your eyes. It's storming turtles, it's storming turtles from out of the sky. Turtles don't need to know why. Smile big, open